highlights of this bulletin. The Legislation Committee under Cần Thơ City People's Council supervised the publicity and implementation of the Residence Law 2020. The meeting to review Cần Thơ City Spring Newspaper Festival and Quý Mão Spring Publication Contest 2023. Vietnam sees changes to export rice to Indonesia. Hello, it's good to see you back here in this edition of Cần Thơ News and Top News today. The Legislation Committee under Cần Thơ City People's Council has just supervised the publicity and implementation of the Residence Law 2020 and documents in relevance. The 2020 law on residence provides people with more comfort to exercise the right to freedom of residence of Vietnamese citizens in Vietnam's territory and residence registration and management. The law replaces the manual method of residence management by household registration books and temporary residence books with electronic residence management with the application of information technology. The residence database will be developed to serve the state management of residence. It will be connected to the National Population Database and other relevant databases. State and Vice Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Council Nguyễn Xuân Hải underlined that the exercise of the law on residence connected to the National Population Database and other relevant databases is a progress. With a modern management method, residence-related procedures and paperwork are simplified. At a conference to review the defense security task in 2022 and publicized tasks for 2023, Lieutenant General Nguyễn Xuân Giáp, commander of the Military Zone 9, come chairman of the Military Zone's Defense Security Education Council, emphasized the need to actively renew contents propaganda methods, boost and multiply good and new ways of doing in defense security education tasks.
Last year, the Defense and Security Education Councils at all levels organized training to update defense security knowledge for more than 34,400 attendees and religious dignitaries. Especially, Cần Thơ City People's Committee has successfully hosted the third National Defense and Security Education Sports Games for high school students in 2022. Attendees outlined and agreed on 8 major tasks for 2023, namely penetrating and effectively carrying out the Defense Security Education Law, perfecting the Defense Security Education Councils at all levels, continuing to co-organize training for defense security educators, and improving the performance of publicity of defense security knowledge for all citizens.
In 2022, Cần Thơ offered the title in recognition of advanced new style rural campaigns to 7 units for units higher than set plan, bringing the total advanced new style rural campaigns in the entire city to 25. Besides, 2 exemplary new style rural campaigns were also recognized by the city. At a conference to review the building of the new style rural layer and the Ochre product projects convened on March 28 afternoon, the city set the target to improve income for farming households and further develop Ochre products. Last year, Cần Thơ mobilized its own sources of more than 1,551 billion Vietnam dong to build rural infrastructure and develop economic models, cooperative groups, and cooperatives. As of now, the per capita income in advanced new style rural communes and exemplary new style rural communes has stood at over 64 million one person a year and over 70 million Vietnam dong one person a year, respectively. The rate of poor households in advanced new style rural communes is under 2.5%. In 2022, Cần Thơ also recognized 51 Ochre products, including 33 products getting the 4-star standard. However, many other communes have not recognized the new style rural standard for not getting such criteria as the rate of poor households, the organization of production and economic development, and health. This is one of the reasons that hinder the reduction of the gap between urban and rural areas. Ochre product certificates were also presented to 19 products at the conference, encouraging the development of various types of cooperative economy, changing the mechanism of crops and husbandry, publicizing and multiplying the Ochre product movements, and assisting in production models for poor and near-poor households were planned in 2023 at the conference. The Counter Sports and Tourism Department teaches strategy how to reveal Cần Thơ City Spring Newspaper Festival and Quý Mão Spring Publication Contest 2023.
The Spring Newspaper Festival ran from January 13th to February 28th and showcased nearly 2,000 copies of newspapers, magazines, and many other types of publications in over 90 locations across the city. The festival drew over 100,000 readers on sports and around 260,000 users of documents on electronic portal of the city. As evaluated at the review meeting, the publications were creative with high quality in contents and forms. The festival's organizing board presented awards for contest winners on this occasion.
After the first unit of Tây Đô Bridge project had been put into use on the traditional third occasion, the second one was said to be completed on the upcoming National Day, September 2nd. However, the plan is infeasible. Although construction units mobilized the entire material and human forces for the construction, the work has been suspended. The reason is that stricken households have not finished handing over their floors, and the problem has not been removed since February. Granting 3-month e-visa for all countries and territories is the new policy under consideration by the government to be submitted to the National Assembly for approval.
Specifically, cabinet members have proposed that the government consider granting e-visas to all countries and territories instead of the current 80 to boost foreign tourist numbers and urge the government to extend visa-free stays for foreign tourists to 30 days and to grant visa on arrival for foreigners at immigration. The proposal was made in response to Vietnam's poor tourism recovery following the reopening of the country after the pandemic. This year, Vietnam aims to receive 8 million foreign visitors.
The Information and Communication Ministry and Vietnam General Post Office will officially issue the stamp collection named Phương Tím or Purple Finish in order to promote the image of the country, its people, and Vietnam's climate and biodiversity. The collection consists of one stamp sample and one block to be distributed on the postal network from March 30, 2023 to December 31, 2024. Artist Nguyễn Quang Vinh developed this set of stamps, which includes a 54 by 37 mm stamp and a 105 by 80 mm block. A close-up of a purple finish flower appears on the main stamp. A row of purple finish trees in full blossom serves as the block stamp. Painter Nguyễn Quang Vinh has created a bright and fresh structure for the purple finish flower using tempera watercolor, which makes purple finish flowers more vibrant and appealing. Sources from Vietnam Trade Office in Indonesia said Indonesia will import 2 million tons for the national reserves this year in an attempt to reserve 1.4 million tons. As such, Vietnam has more chances to export rice to this market.
To be able to offer the most supply for Indonesia, Vietnam Trade Office in Indonesia recommends Vietnamese rice export businesses, especially those that have been supplying rice to Indonesia, be proactive in early making access to this market and advertising their products. According to Vietnam Trade Office, in the first 2 months of 2023, Indonesia was Vietnam's third largest rice importer after the Philippines and China. Vietnam exported over 143,000 tons of rice to this market, approximately $63.31 million at the average price of $468 per ton.
Last but not least, we have the updated weather forecast. The updated weather forecast also wrapped up this edition of Continues. To rewatch English Bulletin, please visit our website, kênh.tv.vn. And now thanks for being with us. Goodbye and see you next time.